Welcome, everyone, to the amazing, the fantastical, the triumphant,
spectacular
Hangouts for Spider-Man. Spider-Man. I love when what's his face says that. What's the guy's name? The one guy, the newspaper guy.
Oh, J. Jonah Jameson.
J. Jonah Joseph. Yeah. JJ. When he says Spider-Man. Or is that Stan Lee I'm thinking of? I don't know. Well, enough of that. Welcome to Hangouts. Hangouts is the show where sit down with a couple buddies, commentate over a game, kind of talk about our memories of it, maybe check out a new game for the first time, as we are with this game, Spider-Man for PS4. I'm joined by Spider-Man himself. You rocked out, you got that out of the closet.
Yeah. Should I suit it all the way
I
up?
mean, you kind of have to.
Hang on. It goes even further.
That is awesome. And maybe a little hot.
It's definitely hot.
But that's what he says the whole time, the whole game. He goes, "Gosh, it's hot in this."
I don't think he gets hot.
Do you think that's like like it's letting a lot of air in, or do you think it's?
Well,
It's probably better than your suit for like
this thing's hot.
Yeah.
Well, this is meant to be warm, but no, I think he stays pretty cool.
Yeah.
One, because he's in New York City, and it usually doesn't get too hot there, except in like the peak of summer. But two, this game particularly seems to take place kind of in the fall.
Yeah, so I think he's okay. So, thanks for joining us. We're going to get right into it once I crank this volume. Not that high, but I'll crank it. We'll crank it. Welcome, Meister G and AOI 2012 in the chat. Hello, thanks for joining us. Meister says, "Hey, Zach, this game is phenomenal." I think Kenny agrees. Kenny's a little bit farther than me.
A little.
Maybe a lot, not a little. AOI 2012 says, "Good evening." I see Kenny had to get out his glasses for these beautiful graphics.
I actually, my vision is just good enough to where I can see without them, but this game looks completely different with them on. Actually, it really does make a difference.
It gives you your own kind of like Spider-Man ability.
I wish I was
if you get glasses,
Spider-Man. I
right?
don't have to wear glasses. You ever seen the movie? He like takes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When I take them off, like I can see everything, but the colors all just blur.
Yeah.
I can see defining lines.
Yeah, it makes it like the PS1 Spider-Man game. Huh?
No, it's more like it goes from PS4 Pro to like PS3.
Oh, okay. Well, if you want to play the PS3 version, take your glasses off. But we are putting the glasses on, baby. What happened here?
You're ready to go.
Oh, it's making me do this first. Okay, so I am right at the beginning. Okay, people are already calling me.
We need to run an equipment check. I'm almost there. Blocks away. Guess I'll just do it myself.
So
No, don't. It's not safe.
this is the first time he was over earlier, Kenny was over earlier, and we played a little bit.
Sometimes it gets into
And so I have not seen anything outside of this first boss. The first boss you fight was pretty difficult, pretty fun. But this is the first time I'm seeing the city, so I'm gonna kind of just walk around for a bit, kind of take in the sights.
Turn this way. You'll like it.
So there's rats running around. It's classic New York, I guess. There. Can I just shoot random people with this? Okay, you can't.
Turn this way.
I like how he kind of hunches over when he does it.
The interactions with the.
If you just saw a guy hunched over shooting spider webs out of his.
Well, they know who Spider-Man is.
Okay, they're used to it.
He's
I love just running up this wall, let me tell you. So I'm still getting used to kind of the controls. It feels great so far. I like swinging around. Jumping's kind of cool. I love just falling like that and then catching yourself at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So how far would you say you are with maybe the story, maybe the whole game, or like?
Well, I thought. So this game is a wild ride in that it takes you. it takes you up to a point where you're like, oh, this could be the end.
Yeah.
And then back down.
Okay.
And then back up, and then back down. And so I thought that I just beat the main villain of the game, and that there's kind of an underarching like story going on that you thought something might happen. Well, then something happens, and the game goes absolutely bonkers.
Cool.
So I don't know where I'm at in the story. I would say
Meister G says he's beat the game. He's 77% done in the trophies. Wow.
The story completion.
Look at the sky, dude. The sky boxes.
The story completion says, or like the percentage on the game says,
Hold 60. Oh, that's how you dive. Okay.
68% complete. But I've also done like every little side quest I've come across and every.
Yeah. Man, that sky is, I think, the best sky
Look
I've
at the
ever
water.
seen.
Swing over and pan the camera over to look at the water.
That is some good water, guys. Guys, this is some good water. I'm gonna dive in the ocean.
You can do it.
Oh, you can. Spider-Man swims.
I was surprised the first time. I was like, I'm just gonna die. I'm gonna see what happens when I jump in the water. And then I didn't die, and I was like, what? And then I actually found a building. I was showing my roommate. I got up on one of the tallest buildings in the financial district, and I jumped off, and you can do like flips and stuff, and I was doing like cannonballs into the. The cool thing was it was actually giving me like experience points for doing so many flips in the air and stuff.
This water, I just want to say this is some beautiful water.
There are times that this game looks like real life.
Man, they just did a fantastic job. That open world water. Open world water, guys, we got it. I like how you can jump out on the. How can you do that?
You're shooting the web at the wall and zipping.
No, look at that.
Oh, jumping? It's probably shallow.
You think it's shallow water?
It looks like it's shallow right there.
This can't be shallow right here, is it? I want to see how far I can go on the ocean. So this game is a little bit more realistic than the PS1 one, because in the PS1, you could be at near no buildings and you'd still just hang on like the sky and just let you just swing. This one I was like, oh, it's not letting me do it.
No, you can't swing when you're out there.
Spider-Man has super. Do you have the strength to jump out of deep ocean water like that?
No, but he's Spider-Man, dude.
That's pretty cool.
What happens? Main story.
What happens if I dive into the ground?
Main story takes 20 hours to complete.
Don't hit me.
The problem with 20 hours is I'm well past 20 hours.
Because you're doing all the side
stuff. I'm just.
Yeah, the main story takes 20 hours.
I just do everything I come across.
Wow, this looks like the traffic you had coming over here.
It was pretty bad.
Don't you? But why didn't you just do this?
Wish I could, man. I did have my arm out the window.
And you were shooting.
I was shooting webs at little kids.
Okay.
No, I did. I was there was some like a couple, like a family with their kids in the back.
And you were shooting them with your.
They were in like an open top Jeep, and I was driving, and I had the hood.
Oh, you had the hood off.
I had the hood up.
I was about to say, I thought you were just driving down the street and going like this.
No,
people.
I didn't have it all the way zipped, but when you have it just for those, you can see like the side eye of the mask. And obviously, like I've got this.
Yeah, for those worried, he did have the mask on. He did have all that on.
And the kids were like looking back and like smiling and laughing.
It's always fun to mess with kids on a bus or in a car and stuff. I remember one thing I used to do when I was a teenager. Me and my friends would get, because I just have a lot of collection of like masks and all this other stuff for video stuff that we've done through our other channel. But I would put those masks on when we were bored. Like, I don't know, this was probably when I was 14, maybe 15. Put those masks on and go to the corner of our street and stuff and just wave at random people. And like when school buses would come by, the kids would go nuts. You know what I mean? Like it's just, and you still can mess with kids like when they're on the bus or whatever, and they're like wanting you to honk or whatever.
You know what that led to? Those kids grew up and dressed up like clowns.
Yeah,
and started scaring people.
All the clowns you see,
that was those kids. It's all your fault.
Yeah. I wonder if that was just an Ohio thing, or is that everywhere? Why is that guy up on this?
I don't know. That is kind of weird. I've never seen a guy up on a truck.
Yeah, what are you doing? I'm getting him off there. That's one thing Spider-Man
Is
does.
that a guy? It's a girl.
Get off there.
It's not working. I really wonder if you can get her off the truck. If you swing in fast, they backpedal. Oh, that guy's shooting you.
I'm trying to get this woman off the truck.
That's a rogue fist guy.
This woman has got to get off.
He's still alive. You're gonna get shot at again in a second.
That's it. I'm taking this.
She still didn't. She's on the air.
Okay, we're gonna get you off here for your own safety. What else can I do?
Move the camera around so I can see her feet.
Get off the truck now.
Please, don't ask me to do the hand thing.
Don't ask me to do the hand.
Well, she's taking
a picture.
selfies. Listen. Okay, well,
that is like one of the.
I got you off. I did get you off the truck, but I didn't get you off.
The invisible edge.
We do see a ghost here in the city. Is this New York, or they call it something different?
It's New York.
It is New York. Okay.
Yeah, there's all kinds of landmarks and stuff around. You can,
Okay.
if you explore that, you can find.
I like to play this game and pretend that nobody knows who Spider-Man is. Oh, can I come in here and dance?
Hey there.
This is how you would play this game.
The graphics look so good that doing this is it's just funny to see a guy dressed in a suit going across the street, I guess, now. Whereas in old games it was like, oh. And the animations are so good it looks like real life, you know? This is just crazy. I'm dancing, guys.
Do you care about minor spoilers as far as
Yeah, I don't want anything.
a task goes?
Yeah, no spoilers.
All right. I won't spoil anything for you then.
Man, I just like swinging around the city. They nailed it. That was the one thing. It's like if they can nail it, man, it feels great. Whee! Oh my gosh! You can run around. Though.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! This is so good.
You spooked all those birds, dude.
On the bird spook. Oh frick!
And when you see those little circles, if you use that L2 and R2, you'll zip to the spot. What was that?
Gotta send something real quick to Spider-Man.
It's probably important.
Yeah, they need the.
I did have a funny moment in this game earlier where someone was like, I'll just text it to you, and I was in my suit. And I was like, Spider-Man's just going to give his number away.
Kenny and Dweebo, what are your opinions on the Puddlegate scandal? Have you heard about this?
No.
This is very funny. So, Puddlegate, this is just beyond stupid. What happened was, this game came out, or they showed new gameplay before this launched, or I don't know when it was. But people noticed that in the demo that we saw, where they're fighting on a rooftop or whatever, there's puddles in there. Well, in the final version, the puddles weren't in that same spot. And people were like freaking out, saying like, "Oh, there's a downgrade." And it got to the point where a big like group of people said, "We're like actually going to sue, and we're actually going to have a lawsuit because
what?
This wasn't as advertised. Like they had puddles and they've downgraded. Like there isn't as many puddles." And they reached out to some. It was really funny. They reached out to some not developer. Somebody from Kotaku. His name is Jason Schreier. He wrote this book I talked about on the podcast called I forgot the name of it again. Why do I keep forgetting the name of that book? But he wrote a book kind of talking about like video game stories and all that stuff. So people tweeted to him or stories about development of games, and somebody tweeted to him and said, Oh, I gotta move this closer. Can you guys hear us fine? We've had this over here the whole time. Oh my gosh. What a dummy move. What a dummy move on my part. But somebody tweeted him and said, hey, we're getting this together or whatever. Can you report on this? And he just wrote LMAO. Like, he was just like, you guys are not... Basically, like, are you kidding me? You're going to, like, sue over this? Or you're going to, like...
That's really dumb.
Because the game looks beautiful. I think there was
So-
even a response about it saying, like, because it's open world, you can see changes, and if it does rain, you might see puddles differently in different spots or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen it rain yet, but regardless, even let's say they did downgrade or whatever, they're still having a good time, and games change during development. They have to hit that 30 frames, and they have to drop stuff. So I don't know if it's a big, like, I would say like Watch Dogs. If you remember that E3 demo,
Yeah.
that one was like the lighting. I was just blown away. I was like, this game looks incredible. And when that came, that was almost a different game.
Yep.
Of how different that looked. But this looks gorgeous. And yeah, some stuff probably definitely did change. But I'm staring at stuff, having a good time, and like I don't know.
I don't understand where these people, who they think they are. Like, it was a demo that. So they released a demo that you could play of this game? Because
they're talking about the demo from like E3 and all that stuff.
Okay, the one that we just saw this most recent year, where they had like electro.
So yeah, the newer one they showed, I guess you could see in that same spot it was different, or somebody got their hands on it.
It was the one
earlier.
where they had like the QuickTime events with
Probably.
electro and
I didn't watch
swinging around.
Yeah, I didn't watch anything newer, but
Okay, so if it was that thing,
yeah,
I don't. So just because something looks a certain way at E3 doesn't necessarily always mean it's going to look that exact same way.
Yeah, I get some
it comes
disappointment. I get some disappointment.
I don't get any disappointment with this.
If it's not like as they showed, but I guess it comes down to like how much is it downgraded? Because Watch Dogs was disappointing. Watch Dogs was a totally different
I gotta look
game.
this up. I gotta
look up Puddle Game.
I want to understand the other side.
Yeah, for sure. I get maybe like, oh, this isn't exactly whatever, they changed some stuff, because I even noticed some stuff, maybe even the fighting that looks a little bit different. But I'm having fun, so I don't know. I think that's how different does it look from what they kind of say, you know. All that stuff's important to take into consideration. Dude, did I just hit a back
my
out?
gosh.
You see it?
That's what they're throwing a fit over?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, someone's shooting me. Hold on. I gotta grab this.
Just a change in puddle size, no downgrade.
So yeah, AOI 2012, what are your thoughts? It's kind of what I think about it. Kenny's luckily not biased at all about this game in his Spider-Man jacket, so I would say that's
I actually was slightly worried about this game not being. I mean, I heard that it was good, and the
because at first with those
good,
QuickTime events, it kind of looked different, huh?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got super hyped when I saw it.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna be honest, I haven't. The white suit looked a little weird, and I've not used it in the game. You get it at one point, and I took it off.
White suit? I don't know what that means.
The suit that is on like the cover. So,
yeah.
So like
different.
that looked kind of lame to me, and I know that's just me being nitpicky, like Puddlegate status. But
we got our own Puddlegate.
But like I kept myself completely devoid of information on this game outside of the E3 showings. So I wanted to go into this game. I thought it was going to be more like the Arkham games, and those were good to me.
Yeah.
But I wanted more for Spider-Man. I am blown away by this game.
Yeah.
The swinging, the combat, especially later on as you start to unlock new abilities and things like that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy already. Like all the stuff, I'm like kind of overwhelmed.
They give you like several ways to
the fighting,
to fight and to do different things, and it's not just like Arkham Knight felt a lot like just what do they call?
Heck beat out of me.
What do they call the games where you just button mash and beat the crap out of things?
Hack and slash.
Hack and slash. Arkham Knight kind of felt.
Maestro G says,
Not
are
Arkham
you liking the game so far, Dweebo? Yes. Very early into this, but I mean, as you can see, I just like swinging around right now, but I'm going to... Over-exaggerating by the people, same thing, like the recent boss gate, Mega Man 11, Watch Dogs is a good point. Mega Man 11, what happened with that?
I don't know. I'm gonna look this up.
I don't know what that is.
Um,
You were AI 2012. Let me know what that is. I didn't hear about that.
So, Arkham Knight felt like just you keep punching. That's all you keep doing.
Yeah. You do counter. You can either counter or you can do the dodges and stuff.
But
and
you can get away with just punching. This game makes you dodge.
Arkham kind of did make you dodge. You would die if you did not dodge.
I like the combat in this game so far a lot better. I do have a slight complaint. The load times in between certain things can be unbearably long.
Wow, he looks great. By the way, this is as close as Dweebo just searched for Boss Gate. That's what we got. We got my Spider-Man's on it.
It's fine, Parker. I invented this equipment. I think I can handle it. Power hit.
Doc Ock.
Maybe we should abort. Not yet. Hold on.
That looked like me when I was setting up streaming for E3. All the cords around me.
Are you okay?
That's a realistic depiction of what it looked like. I will say this. What's the concept?
So, in all the Mega Man games, this does happen. When you jump up at a boss gate to open it up, he kind of drifts over and then he falls. Now he just drops like a rock as soon as the...
Oh, okay.
So they're all upset about it.
That's weird that they would change that.
I assure you.
That's so funny. They're making a big deal out of it. I would probably be slightly like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
But
Maybe you should take the rest of the day off.
Okay, for Boss Gate, we're going to give a pass. The lawsuit, we will be signing our names to, me and Kenny.
Yeah.
In all caps. Turn this up a little bit because my PS4 Pro is now louder than the television.
That was a disaster. Look at the dampener effect.
That thing is...
Did you catch what just happened there?
No.
He was trying to show off that... He was trying to show off that project and...
screwed up.
It screwed up. You're about to fix the problem right there.
Nice.
There are several of these instances in the game where you fix the problem that the supposed super scientist, your boss genius, should have known how to fix.
Well, you're Spider-Man. Okay.
Let's see what's wrong with you.
Yeah, let's inspect it here. I thought boss gate meaning like something was wrong with the bosses, like Watergate, Puddlegate, and all this stuff.
The literal gate that goes
to the boss, huh?
Okay.
Press X to continue.
These are fun.
Circuit burned out.
Power control for the armor is damaged. Press X to continue. Create a connection between the green start piece and the orange end piece. Press X to continue. Easy! Can I replace these? Okay, these are locked.
The ones with screws in them are locked. They can't be moved.
Can I rotate them? No, you can't do nothing to them.
Nope, they're locked.
Okay, I have 4 Oh, okay, I got 4 of those. Okay, I thought I only had this too. Luckily, I am a genius. And this will be... Look at that.
Got it.
Look at that, I am a hacker. Dweebo or Kenny too. We have the time tomorrow to watch Nintendo Direct. I'm thinking no. I don't know if I'm gonna be working during that time. So
I will also be working, so I'll have to
pass on. But the thing is, because they stopped because of the hurricane.
Yeah.
It got pushed back till tomorrow. Everything kind of leaked out. Since then, Yoshi's kind of thing or whatever, there was that. So, yeah, I'll just check the updates later and stuff. I think it's only like 30-something minutes long. Hopefully it's not a huge giant thing. But you know what pissed me off? Oh, check out the Direct for new Switch and 3DS games. Let's put the 3DS to bed. Let's put it in the grave, and let's put some dirt over it and bury it about 6 feet.
Yours is over there on a shelf.
I loved the 3DS. Yeah, it's on a shelf, but now it is like a display item. I am done with the 3DS. Let's figure out Switch stuff. Let's put all our cards, on the table
Switch
for the
isn't in
Switch.
3D, dude.
That's true. I get it now. Mine's Jerry, are you playing on a 4K TV? I am, but the way I'm streaming, this is basically a 1080p stream. But I do play when I'm playing off stream on the 4K.
I do as well.
But good golly. Okay, it has to pass through, and it has to pass through the other one.
Not necessarily. Just the arrows, the way they are, the way they're pointed. If the circuit that you're doing has the arrows, then they have to go that way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like that one.
I get the picture. I get the picture now.
So the goal is just to get it done. It doesn't matter how you do it.
I got a quick story for you guys. What happened to me today? I have had back-to-back ginormous issues with parking garages and getting out of them. First time, I was on a job and went to a parking garage. So if I see any parking garages in this game, I'm immediately going on that puddle lawsuit. They're done. This is not going to work because I'll be run out. No, this will work. Oh no, I really.
Nope.
I know where it goes. It goes right here. Okay.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
How's that work?
Okay, no, it goes right here. What if they announce a new Zelda game for the 3DS tomorrow with a Link Between Worlds engine?
I'd buy it.
I'd buy it, but I'd buy it with a frown. Because put that on Switch. Because that new Luigi's Mansion looks awesome. A remake of the original I have on the go. Man, that should have been on Switch. That sucks that is not on Switch. So I'm passing up on that. So
I'd buy it and it'd be $30 cheaper.
What?
Getting it on 3DS.
Are you getting the new Luigi's Mansion? Or are you talking about the Zelda?
No, I'm talking about if there's a new Zelda.
If there's a new Zelda, yeah, because that series I love, I'll check it out. But man, I'll do it. Like I said, I'll do it with a frown.
Do you think that they will make a second Zelda game with the Breath of the Wild engine?
They said no. They said
really?
Or I think that's for the DLC. I hope they go Majora's Mask route with it, go nuts, and make a crazy.
I read like this. It was just a fan, talking online, but they had a good idea of what if you make like a prequel game to this, like before Calamity Ganon.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't. I think I'm okay.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, do it. Let's do it.
With lots of people in the world and lots of other things going on.
So, with the parking garage, first time was on a job, came out, forgot my wallet, and I'm at the thing, and there's all these events going on in the area, and it is backing up. It's the only one way to get out of this one that I was at, and they start backing up, or all these cars start piling up behind me, and I do not have money. And the thing is, I found out later because somebody came up. I said, "Hey, I hate to do this. Like, do you have can you help me out here? Like, can you give me a call? Like, it's $2 to get out of here." And they said, "Were you with this event or whatever over here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they said they should have give you like a parking pass thing. And I was like, "Oh, let me run and get." And it was raining, and this girl ran and got me the thing across the street to help me out a ton. But there was I was getting so nervous because there's so many people. I was like, this is the worst thing in the world.
They're all behind screaming, "Come on, you noob!"
Yeah, everybody's screaming why is this guy not moving and honking or whatever. But it just freaked me out. So today, parking again. I put it in the thing, put my credit card in. It's saying processing, and it goes on for a minute. Finally, puts out denied or whatever. So I'm like, okay, maybe this card, whatever. Put in just a regular check card. Same thing, takes a minute, denied or whatever. So I back up and have to go to the other. I saw like 8 people pass me. It's just like in the cartoons when you just see 18 people pass you in the parking thing or whatever. But I just was screaming at the top of my lungs. But parking, do not ever park.
I've never had those problems with the parking garage.
Really?
The scariest.
So I have to go back soon to that area and stuff. So I'm gonna like have a talking to the robot there.
Scariest moment I've had in a parking garage. Went to a ball game, and they were supposed to do fireworks after the game. Well, the game went into extras.
Yeah.
And they said due to like city ordinances or whatever, if the game didn't end by a certain time, they weren't going to do the fireworks.
Yeah.
It was like after midnight or something, they couldn't do the fireworks. And so we ended up leaving early. It was still after midnight, but we got tired of waiting on the game to end. So we ended up leaving, and we're in the parking garage, and all of a sudden we hear like these really loud echoes in the parking garage, and it sounds like something is like happening inside the garage, like it's collapsing or something. So we get a little panicked and get to the car and get to the thing where you're like, we're just trying to get out of the garage, like we don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And it turns out that they had went ahead and set off the fireworks, even though they weren't supposed to anymore or whatever. I guess they got permission or whatever, but it was these super loud explosions, but all concentrated. It was right across the street from the parking garage where they were going off.
Oh, so it was echoing.
So it was echoing inside the garage, the whole garage.
It was probably jarring the garage, yeah.
And it was like shaking the little things were like swinging that.
Oh, yeah.
So we thought something was like legit happening.
Yeah.
Like we needed to get out of there.
Yeah,
and it was just
scary.
that was a laughable moment afterwards. Like, it's just the fireworks.
Did I do this wrong?
Yep, look at the top. So you need to replace that one that's a 1 with a 2. Nope, you were right. Put that there.
Put that back?
Yep. Put that as a 2. And that
I get it.
So you got to get the voltage up. That one's got to be at a 2 because you got a -1 in there.
Oh, I get the picture.
So
it doesn't work like math. It's the same thing.
So right now you got 2 minus 1 plus. It needs to be plus 2.
Oh, I get the picture.
2 minus 1 is 1 plus 2 is 3. There you go.
You know what? 2 plus 2 equals 4. Great man once said that.
2 plus 2 and that equation equals 5.
And that man's name? Albert Einstein. He found the formula for...
You fixed the arm, dude.
Doc Ock couldn't do this, and this little twerp had to do it.
Let's see if that worked.
Master C says, you're lucky. You have a Pro and a 4K TV. I'm playing this game on 1080p on regular PS4. Still looks good. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it looks... I played something else before I had the Pro and stuff, and it still looks great. PS4 still looks great, regular. This was not a fun upgrade, whereas when I upgraded to the HD generation, getting like 1080p, I already had my 360 when I had the old TV or whatever. This, I had to get the Pro, and I got the 4K all at once, and it just was not fun on the wallet. Like, it just really...
I did the same thing, but
really hurt.
I sold to the same person my PS4 and my 55-inch Vizio LED.
Yeah.
So
You had some money, at least.
And then I bought my PS4 Pro off of somebody for $300. So I saved $100 off of that, and then I bought my TV. One of the what was it, Newegg or I don't remember. One of those little stores where I didn't have to pay sales tax or anything like that.
Yeah.
I just admitted that on camera. The IRS is going to get
No, that's okay. You can order. I mean, people can order over there.
On TurboTax, when it asked me this year, did you buy anything?
TurboTax, stop watching now. Rewind and stop watching.
It asked if you bought anything online and didn't pay taxes.
All right, TurboTax, if you're watching, just check out right now. I know you're a subscriber, but Anuma said last week that a second Zelda game is definitely coming to Switch.
Hopefully with the same engine.
Yeah. Do that same engine. I will. That's
and
a
give
day
it
one
to
for
us
me.
in like a year, because my wallet's not hurting bad enough as it is.
All the girls I've met this far, they all liked, in quotations, parking. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Okay, what else do I got?
My wallet is hurting so bad.
Hold on, what's it saying?
Nothing.
We're ready. The work has progressed at a remarkable pace.
For the cell phone.
I honestly never thought we'd get the tensile actuator back to an acceptable power.
What am I doing?
Turn up a little bit.
The boy had an eye for guerrilla science like none other. Just as I was ready to order a custom machine replacement part, he returned from the hardware store with a bottle of solvent and a toothbrush. Bang! Actuator problem resolved. The boy is a genius.
That's me.
A chronically
Look at me.
late genius.
Look at me,
It's
everyone.
already 10 after.
I am a genius.
Surely he couldn't have forgotten today's review.
Sorry I let you down, Doc.
Sorry I let you down. And Spider-Man PS4 Pro looks sick though. Was contemplating on getting it. Yeah, it looks. Did you see that thing?
Yeah, don't like the white spider.
You anti-white spider suit.
I just don't like it.
What's wrong with it?
Doc was testing a new
Just don't like
contact
it.
material for
I'm a classic nerd.
You're a purist.
I'm a purist.
Your goal is to identify the unknown substance by its absorption spectrum. I don't know all this. I'm just trying to play my PlayStation.
It's really easy.
Use fragments, and then I never went to science class. I went and
Hey, do you know how to match lines with lines?
no.
Then you need
I
to
didn't
go
go.
back to
I did
kindergarten.
not go to school. I was too busy playing games, dude.
You literally just have to match the lines with the lines. They get harder, but this one's like easy. This is basic.
No, this is science stuff.
Push X.
Okay, I have to do this.
Take that all the way over there. What other one has 3 lines?
This is too hard. This is science stuff. I didn't choose expert science difficulty. I didn't know they wanted me to get my PhD. But here I am. You know what PS4 I contemplated getting, even though I had the regular PS4?
All of them are composite. But there's a lot of impedance.
What was the 20th anniversary? Yeah, it would have been probably...
The gray one?
The gray Sony...
The one you got the controller for, don't you?
Yeah, that was all I wanted was the controller. I was like, oh my gosh, I'll pay whatever it takes. And I was like, I'm going to wait. Like, that's too stupid of a price to pay for another PS4. You don't need it, Zach. Waited, and luckily Sony heard my cries, and they made that PS4, and definitely got that controller. Or just the controller for it. Dweeby, your opinion on the new Sega IP, Judge Eyes. Have you seen Judge Eyes?
I've not.
It's a judge with giant eyes, and you poke them. That's the whole game.
Oh. Does it have Boss Gate and Pug
Oh, that's
Gate?
another game I'm thinking of. Judge Eyes. Yeah, there's Eyes Gate on this one. Judge Eyes is a new IP from the people who made Yakuza. Those Yakuza games I play, or Yakuza, Tomato. It looks pretty cool. It's like that kind of same, like it's that same. I think it's the same setting as the Yakuza games, but it's a detective game. So you're like looking around at people and kind of following them. It's like it sounds like an interesting premise. Anything with being a detective is fun, I think. But yeah,
Holy
it
crap!
looks great too. Graphics awesome, and
It looks really, really good.
I'm definitely into it. I'm gonna listen to this.
Thank you again for doing these blind reviews. Peer review is the backbone of great science. As we've prepped for the upcoming fitting,
I get it. You know what? I think I get it. I'm ready to swing around again. Or catch Doc Ock with his pants down.
Yeah, the graphics on it look really good. Did you hear they axed Henry Cavill from being Superman?
Yeah, what happened with that?
I don't know. I heard about it today. I didn't get time.
You know what? He said he was going to be the Witcher. Did you hear he's going to be the Witcher
Yeah.
in the Netflix series? And they said you can only play one.
Henry Cavill out as Superman amid Warner Brothers DC Universe shakeup.
Oh.
That's all they need is another freaking shakeup.
Yeah.
Crap the bed with
Yeah.
this DC Universe.
Gosh.
Not Rikers.
I
Broke down.
heard early,
He's in the raft.
and this could be all propaganda from...
That's a steam company.
Are they showing all the people in fight now? Rhino,
That could benefit from your unique skill set.
Goblin, and I don't know the other ones.
That was Scorpion, Vulture, Electro, and Rhino. Those are all people you've locked up already.
Looks like Jameson's got a new episode out.
Man,
Listen to this.
My number
This is
one
funny.
fan thinks about the fist takedown.
This is Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss the issues affecting our city with Pulitzer Prize
I heard this was really funny.
These are awesome.
Two-time Pulitzer Prize winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle. Hey, plug the book. And as always, if you order Mr. Jameson's books, Spider-Man, Threat or Menace, within 24 hours of our broadcast, you'll
Can't be good. He's the better than this.
No personalizations. Don't ask. Not gonna get it.
Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, alerting you to the threats you don't even know about.
I heard
Dive right into
it's
the
kind of like playing off Alex Jones. You know?
Yeah, oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Just listen to him.
For taking down Wilson Fisk, right? I mean, one less mob box, good for everyone.
Is that right? Tell me, are you a police officer? Prosecutor? Maybe an award-winning reporter with decades on the job like me?
No, I'm a plumber.
Oh, good. Then fix my toilet and shut up! Let me explain something to you about crime bosses. As soon as one goes down
that's
every
silly.
month with a gun, a tracksuit, and a drawer full of gold chains, decides he's the next godfather. We're gonna have a gang war on the street, but does that square-headed moron give a damn? Of course not. He got on TV. And Carol.
Yeah, well, I can get copper pipe without paying kickbacks. So that game.
Man, I love this.
I'm on the web anytime.
And you'll be singing a different tune when 3 new moms are lining up to charge you triple for that same pipe. Or just break your legs. Goodbye!
Someday, Jonah.
So,
I'm gonna get you to
these
do something
things
nice about
are exactly like what you described. He goes on and on about how he's right, and if people call in and disagree with him, he insults their intelligence.
Yeah.
And if people call in and agree with him, he calls them like smart. So he plays on
Yeah,
that. He's
yeah.
like, if you really knew the truth, you
Yeah,
would know
it's like
that
Alex Jones,
this
yeah.
and this. And then he's like, we have a really intelligent caller calling in from this.
That's funny.
And then a lot of
Wow.
times he inserts foot into mouth because he'll say the caller's on his side and then they'll call in and completely disagree with him. So those are one of my favorite parts. They periodically
love
pop
that.
up when
Yeah.
you are just running around. You'll just be swinging around and it'll be like...
That is, it's like GTA with some of the radio stations
yeah,
and stuff
it'll
like
just
that, huh?
they'll periodically pop in. They're good.
Yeah. I'm looking through these because this chat thing kind of pulls up because I'm also streaming to Twitch. This is the way that I pull up and see if anybody's on the Twitch side of things, but not right now. Last month I saw Batman vs. Superman for the first time, and on the next day Spider-Man Homecoming for the first time. After that I understood what all the fuss about the DC movies is.
They're horrible.
Yeah.
They're horrible.
I don't
They're
hear a lot of,
absolutely horrible.
I don't hear a lot of good stuff coming out of it.
They're
Did you,
just-
I guess you didn't like it, AO 2012, from what I read, but
The only one I haven't seen is the only one I've heard that's good, and that's Wonder Woman. I heard that Wonder Woman is pretty good.
people like Wonder Woman.
Somebody said like today that because I guess they're talking about doing all this shakeup and trying to make the DC universe better or whatever. And
Man, you
somebody-
had 18 movies.
Somebody
to
said,
figure it out.
"Congrats! You have all of these hours of film, and you have an hour and a half of good footage with Wonder Woman."
Yeah, it's crazy how many good movies they have, and it's like you waited this long to shake it up.
Whereas Marvel,
Yeah.
just about everything they release gets
It's
really
quality,
good
you know what I mean?
reviews,
Yeah.
and it's quality.
As
And
much as I'm not really for them, their quality, you know what I mean? Like
who was
it's a good
the
time.
Guardians of the Galaxy? Like, they weren't like a big thing, and they
Yeah.
took them and made. You freaking walk in any store and you see a group mug
Yeah.
or something, and people buy it.
Yeah.
They,
What's
it
up,
makes you fall in
Samurai?
love with the characters.
What's up, Samurai?
What's up, buddy?
And what was else I want to say about DC? Oh, I'd heard people had early viewings on the Aquaman movie, and I guess people said they liked that, but like I said, could be propaganda, could be Alex Jones level
You know what movies
stuff.
I'm not looking forward to whatsoever?
Yeah,
Venom. I think that
Venom?
movie is gonna be a turd.
really?
Yep. There's Yuri.
Why
Yuri.
don't you quit smoking?
She looks like a real
Tell
human.
people when you come up here.
That I need a break from their crap.
Fair enough. So, why'd you call? Need a date to the policeman's ball?
You got a black and white suit? No ball this year anyway. We spent too much integrating Oscorp surveillance tech.
Worth it though, right?
It was. Till an hour ago. And the system went down. Citywide. Every tower.
How?
They tell me someone sabotaged the central server, and now all the towers are offline.
Inside job?
Maybe. We'll figure it out later. Right now, we need to get the towers back.
The animations are just
fast.
spot
You
on.
called me? Aw, that's sweet.
I called someone I could trust. Plus, the signals are scrambled, and we have no idea how to fix it.
Ooh. I love a challenge.
You break it, you buy it.
I thought you trusted me.
So this leads to some of the best dialogue in the game between him and her. He goes on this routine.
That's funny.
Go over to that tower. So this part is.
What's up, Eric Wahlberg?
This is
Brother of Mark Wahlberg. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Yeah, pretty cool. Thoughts on the Superman thing? Yeah, we just talked about it. Pretty crazy that they changed that. I think they could, you can only be the Witcher or you can only be Superman. I think that was in the contract. I got to see it before they passed it on to him. AI 2012 says it's like night and day. Spider-Man Homecoming is my favorite Marvel film now. Before it was Iron Man 1.
I have the
I'm
collector's
doing good,
edition
Samurai.
of the Spider-Man Homecoming. It's the case is like a mask.
Yeah.
And it has like the lenses that squint that they used for the movie.
Oh, that's cool.
And it came with like a digital copy, a 4K copy, and a Blu-ray copy. And I think a DVD copy. And just about every copy you could think of.
Oh, hacked it. Hacked.
We just had a tower come back online. Was that you?
Not just a pretty mask, huh?
Whatever you did, any chance you could do it to the other towers?
Sure, but just so you know, I had to sync up with the tower to fix it. I'm seeing all crime data in the area now. Looks like there's a break-in happening near me.
Great. I've got units nearby.
Don't bother. I'm on it.
Press R3 to locate crimes in progress. Dude, I wish I had this power when I was in like bad parts of the neighborhood. Where is crime happening at?
Trust me when I say anytime you see those exclamation points, you want to do them.
You want to go over to that?
You want to do them. Well, you have to right now. It's time to put this in story. But going forward, there will be impromptu moments where you will see those come up and you want to do them.
Maybe I should do it.
Because they're not predetermined things. They're random, and that's the only way to get certain things in the game.
Gotta do them.
Are you planning on 100%ing this?
I'll see how the... Because I'm big on, like, if side quests are fun, and, like... I mean, Arkham Knight I did. If they're fun and I'm having a good time, I'll do them all. But if it's stuff I've done before, I might not. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Enemies with melee weapons block most attacks, but are vulnerable to air launch attacks.
That's
Webs and throwables. Sounds like everything except...
That's the where you hold the square.
Yeah. I gotta get used to it. Can I... Man, you can just have fun with these freaking... Man, that hurt. He's still alive.
Oh, God.
Nice. Like that. You know what else I'm happy about with this game?
Thanks for that. Now I'm
Stock
seeing
crimes
an
are
assault
crime
near-
tokens, which you can
You're in
spend
luck,
crime
Yuri.
tokens.
Your favorite tough but lovable, grizzled, seen too much detective is in town.
What? No. You promised you wouldn't do that any...
Spider Cop.
Please, no.
But as you progress, he just...
I love that it's just like the original show, Spider-Man, that we watched in the 90s and stuff.
He continues.
It has that kind of... That's who Spider-Man I feel is. Like, I have never read the comics. I'll
He's full
I'll
of
admit
wit.
that, but like the cartoon and stuff, what you get from him, that wittiness, that
He's
kind of...
full of wittiness, makes jokes at the wrong times.
Yeah, those little cracking little jokes and stuff. That's who Spider-Man is, and that's pretty, look at that. Have you messed around with the photo mode at all?
Yes.
Took any pictures?
I took some selfies with some people.
That's funny. What is one moment in your life that you witnessed mayhem are in a chaotic situation, this question's for both of you.
The first one that
I've
comes to
kind
mind.
of answered that before. I forget what I said before, but
Being in Boston when the Boston bombings happened.
oh yeah,
That
you were
that was
in
pretty
Boston.
nuts.
Yeah,
I
when
was,
the Boston bombings.
I was
happened.
10 miles outside the city when it actually happened. Like,
Yeah.
my college called a
Man.
mandatory, like, you had to come back to school
Yeah, that's
moment.
crazy.
So I remember I was at work. I didn't even know what happened.
Yeah.
And, like, I started noticing my phone going off, and all my family was calling me, checking to see if I was okay and everything.
I
And
texted too.
yep, you texted me. A whole bunch of people were texting me, and I was like, I don't even know what's going on. So they came in and they kind of told us all at work, and then I got an email, my school email, saying like I had to get back, and like as I'm driving, I can see the like skylight or the skyline of Boston,
Yeah.
and I'm driving back towards the school because they made us all come back, and I'm listening to the radio of them like reporting it live of what happened, and like it was just, that was a nut situation. And then we were on campus when they issued like a I don't
They
remember.
issued something
They,
nuts.
They made you had to stay indoors.
You had
to stay
It was
like
basically like a curfew.
almost, yeah. And so when the guy was on the loose, he was about 30 miles.
It was a curfew. They made people go indoors, and like I think photographers got like snapped a picture and stuff, and the streets were like empty at like a time they never would have been.
So
it's pretty creepy.
They did that, and then they when the guy was actually on the loose, they canceled our classes for the day.
Yeah.
And they made everyone stay on campus again. We all went out in the back and like played Red Rover or something. We were like just running into each other, waiting on them to catch a guy, and
yeah, that's nuts.
But it was just that was pretty nuts. I was close to all of that when that happened.
We're gonna protect this girl. What's crazy about that is I watched like they had a mini documentary on Netflix or something you could watch on YouTube. I watched it. It was talking about like what happened during those like 48 hours or whatever it took to get him.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been between 24 and 48 they finally got him, but like they found that guy and he like threw a grenade in the middle of like a neighborhood. There was like grenades involved and stuff. It's pretty fricked up if you want to look that up.
They found him in a boat.
They found him in a boat, yeah.
Get away from her.
Get away from her. Brutes will block your melee attacks, use webs and throwables to make them vulnerable.
Somebody I know from up there in Boston, like a family that I was pretty close to.
Yeah.
The husband was in the FBI, and he was one of the lead guys of that like investigation. Like
that's crazy.
Trying to head the guy down. Travis knows him really well too.
I do not like doing that.
Those big guys, that's what you just did is what I like to do to them. Get them out of your way and stick them to a wall because it takes forever to beat them up.
Yeah.
Walk away now, or she's dead.
Oh, Travis joined in.
Indeed.
Travis
was up there too when all that stuff happened.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. I think so. Good to see that you continue with Dragon Quest XI. Yes, I'm having a great time with Dragon Quest XI. Save the hostage before time runs out. Use the L to aim
time's not running right.
Use the L to aim at the target and press R1 to disarm them.
KO.
Travis, where you at, dude? We got an extra seat.
All clear, ma'am.
On my lap over here.
Jameson was wrong about you. You're
Or a
little
chair,
weird,
if you
but
would
better
prefer.
put hard.
Have you got somewhere to go?
I can take care of myself.
I'm sure you can, but just in case.
This is
there's a
Jessica.
place called the
Oh, okay.
See,
Hacked.
Hacked.
charity.
They got the best wheat cakes in the city, hands down.
Jessica, what's the most chaotic moment in your life that you experienced? We're talking
Long
chaos
time.
tonight on the stream.
I'll check it out.
I'll check it out. I like the
Spider
voice.
guy.
Spider guy.
Spider guy.
Man.
I love the eyes moving on the suit. That's pretty,
Tower from up there.
it's just a level of expressiveness that, like, you know. But you hate the suit.
Not that one.
Oh,
I
you
love that
this
one.
one.
That's the OG suit.
Yeah, that's the OG suit.
It's just a little tore up.
Yeah, I've got... It's because I'm doing stuff like that. Okay. Hold
You
L
got
towards a wall, then hold R2 to R. Yeah, I know that. I get the picture. Oh, I got a air conditioning unit in my way.
It's because you got beat up earlier.
Hashtag Travis McCoy hacked gate. Yeah.
He said. She said.
Jessica said anytime I'm with
film.
you. Anytime we film with you. Oh, okay, I said anytime I'm with you.
Those are chaotic moments usually.
Destination. A second surveillance tower.
Are you narrating yourself?
What? No! Of course not. The chief never did understand Spider Cop. Thought he was a loose cannon.
Already regretting this.
Whee! Whee! Are you a Spider-Man fan, Jess? Whee! I'm gonna hit the ground so hard. Dude, that takes people out the game.
That might have knocked that lady off the truck.
That would have knocked the lady off the truck and off the invisible.
Actually, it wasn't.
Wait, I'm seeing puddles right here.
Puddle gate
right here.
debunked. Looks great. 10 out of 10.
No, wait a second. These puddles. That's not exactly what it would be. The puddles. So I will be joining. What did I do just now?
Slow mode if you hit the L too.
Oh yeah. Man, I wish you could hit the people. You know what? You got time for that? That's what I would do if I was Spider-Man. Just this the whole time.
Swing trash
Just
cans
swing
around?
trash. I would just swing trash.
Well, then you would probably fall into the menace category of Jameson's book.
What did it say?
I can't remember.
Something or menace?
Something or menace. But it wasn't
Tragedy or menace or something?
No.
Trouble or menace?
Villain or menace. I think maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. We can watch this later and find out what it is. I think you gotta hold L if you want to.
We're gonna
crack
go
that.
up in that. Okay, yeah. Go to the top. There's Spider Jerk. I heard there's a lot of cool little Easter eggs. I heard there was a building. They asked one of the developers, like, "Hey, I'm gonna propose to my girlfriend. Is there any way you can put on the building?
Yep.
Will you marry
I
me,
heard
Megan,
about
or
this.
something like that?" So.
Yeah, and did you hear that she dumped him for his brother?
Is that what happened?
They were together.
Is this
for like,
real?
This is real. They were together for like 5 years, and 4 or 5 years, and she broke up with him
before the game came out.
Yeah. And so I think it says like Maddie or something. Maddie, will you marry me? And she was like, "That's not how I'd want to be proposed to anyway." And he was like,
she responded.
Yeah, he was like, somebody else can use that if they want to, and then they were like, or we can just patch it and make it say something else.
They should patch it and say like, "Maddie, you suck" or something. You know what I mean? Like something like that.
30 seconds before Kenny proposed was pretty chaotic.
Yeah, that was pretty chaotic. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. Kenny and Dweebo, do you listen to Joe Rogan? That Elon Musk episode was sweet. Yes, I do. I don't like on a continual basis listen to everything he does, but I do like listen to some stuff that interests me. So he had Elon Musk on. You know who Elon is.
Yeah.
They had him on, and Joe Rogan is smoking weed, and he goes, "Is that a cigar, or are you smoking tobacco?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's just tobacco. It's tobacco and weed or whatever. It's just this and stuff." And Elon's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, just basically like kind of egging him on, like, "Oh yeah, you just want to try some, whatever." And he takes a puff or whatever of this, and people just it is just turned into a giant meme. It's a meme. It's just Elon smoking weed, and just smoke is all around him, and it just looks like he's like having a hard time with it. Just for the memes and stuff, whatever, or the screenshot that they have. But I'm gonna descramble this tower. I gotta hack it. I gotta hack this like Jess hacked the Travis's YouTube.
I watched one thing of Joe Rogan, and it was just the other day. It was the first thing I've ever seen. He was with some guy who dove into a cave, and in the sea cave, and the guy was telling the story about. Did you see the
I didn't see that.
It was terrifying. He was talking about like how you like you don't go back for people when they start freaking out. Like when you're in there, you're in there for yourself. And
Towers are picking
he said
up
this
all
guy's
kinds
like
of
motor skills
signals.
rolled, and he broke like a rule or something, and
What is that?
he didn't set his buoyancy tank right, so he floated up to the top and he kicked up all this sediment, and they couldn't see anything,
Oh my
and they lost the
gosh.
line, and the other guy scrammed and got out of there, but he went back for the guy because he used to dive with the guy all the time.
Yeah.
He was real close to him, so he was like thinking like he was gonna die, and he actually, because you can take one of your tanks or something if you're gonna die, and you can make it your oxygen tank.
Yeah.
And what happens is you won't like suffocate, like feel like you're suffocating, I guess, the way he described it, but you will still be able to breathe, but you have 20 minutes of oxygen, and then you'll start breathing in whatever you're breathing out. And then eventually you'll pass out because you won't be breathing in enough oxygen.
Yeah.
You'll just be breathing in CO2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he was to the point where he switched to that tank, like he
Oh
was
my
ready to
gosh.
go. And
that is the scariest thing.
he said he found like a crack in the ceiling, and he knew that crack, if he followed it, would lead him out. So he got the guy and went to that crack and found his way out.
Wow.
But he was like going through...
See, that's what I really like about the Joe Rogan
He
podcast is the people they have on, like Elon, this guy.
He was going through, like, in his mind, like, talking himself out of just being afraid and dying.
Yeah, you kind of have to... That was me the other day with those spiders.
There's your
I don't know what's
moment.
what's harder, that what I was in, the spider story. That's how we'll end this stream. I'll tell that at the end.
Okay.
We'll end it off that because it has to do with spiders. So
One of my old backpacks from high school. Forgot I attached tracking dots to these.
why do you do that? That is totally this is in
These
a
are scattered around the city.
this is in a timeline where 9/11 didn't happen in the Boston bombings because you could not just leave backpacks unattended like that.
Webbed up and...
There's like
Well,
8,000 of them right here.
They're hidden in, like, random places.
Okay.
They're not just webbed on the trash
Nobody
can.
reported any of these to the police. Like,
I guess not. So have you figured out what those towers do yet? It's basically like Breath of the Wild, where you activate the towers.
That's kind of...
So you activate them. So every little thing that says locked is another little thing that you can gather or collect in that
There's
specific
New York.
area. But that's how big the map is.
Wow. Jeez, I'm just having fun over in this area. But you unscramble those towers. Those are basically
They're basically the towers from
Gotcha,
the Wild.
yeah.
So they show you everything that's going on. They allow
Cool.
you to see points on the map and everything like that.
and they show you where they're at and stuff.
But the cool thing is if you
Cool.
press X on those tokens or whatever, it'll give you like a beacon, but it's actually like a spot-on beacon, not like most games I play like this where you can put like a blip on the map and follow it. Usually aren't 100% precise.
Thank you for my
This
first
game is
real
pretty
date
good,
with
and
MJ.
look how freaking good these
Wish I
things
could have
look.
afforded someplace fancier.
It reminds me of Uncharted. Uncharted had this similar level of extreme detail on like.
You can read the freaking menu, like
Yeah.
pizza, plain cheese, $9.50 for a small, medium, $12.75. Like
Yeah.
the detail is nuts, and there's things you get later on from these backpacks and stuff that you just open up and you're like, holy freaking crap,
Yeah, how
that
good it
looks
looks.
cool.
Just the facts. Audio recording.
Still there? Got a robbery a few blocks away.
Spider cop's on it. Part man, part spider. Oh, cop.
You just get so exasperated with him, it's so funny. There's your robbery, dude.
Not when I'm in town.
Open the safe. Do it.
Hey, fellas.
Go. Spider-Man.
More of them? Guys, if you worked... Alright, Yuri. I'm gonna repair the last Chinatown tower now.
Don't you need spider cops gonna repair it?
Been doing a little thinking, Yuri. Policing's a young man's game, and Spider Cop, well, he's no spring chicken.
Please be going where I think you're going.
As of today, Spider Cop is officially retired.
Oh, thank God. I need a drink.
We'll all drink tonight, Yuri. Drink to the memory of Spider Cop's tireless... Yuri? Yuri, you there? Guess the emotion of the moment overwhelmed.
I'm happy to be playing another Insomniac game. Because they made the Sunset Overdrive game for Xbox One. I don't have it. I don't have an Xbox One.
I heard that they
made a stinker of a game called, I can't even remember what it was called, like Fuse or something. It was like a third person. No, it was like a first person like co-op thing. That kind of stunk. They made a Ratchet and Clank kind of like tactical kind of mix, or no, it was like All for One or something. And it was a 4-player co-op like Ratchet and Clank, but it was kind of glitchy and stuff. So I'm happy to have a good Insomniac game again to play. Pretty happy about that.
I heard that Sunset Overdrive, that a lot of the mechanics from this game were present in that game. I read that it was pretty similar as far as like at least what people were thinking based on how it looked.
Yeah, it's probably good training for him to get. Okay, this needs to go down.
But Travis sent that thing in the group chat today that was pretty cool, talking about how Sony helped them.
Yeah,
like,
Sony really.
How they were like, "Hey, we want to do this," and they were like, "Okay." "Hey, we want to change this." Okay.
How am I going to get this?
So you don't have to hold if you haven't figured that out yet.
Oh,
you can leave one in one place and.
Yeah, that's what I was doing, but I'm just really bad at this, I guess. There we go. Boom, we're in. Fuse is correct. Okay. So not too forgettable. As much of a problem that I remembered it.
I've never heard of it.
Level 2. Level 3, I am... And Insomniac was kind of the start of taking... I felt like it was they kind of pioneered...
Pictures of my 3 chest hairs.
taking RPG elements and putting them in kind of more action games. Because the first Ratchet & Clank did not have RPG kind of elements. Did you play the Ratchet & Clank games?
Nope.
They were kind of like that. You've seen them though. They're like third person, like kind of platforming stuff, whatever. But they had all these guns, and they added RPG elements to Going Commando, which was the second game, and that made it so addicting and fun to like level up and try to get max out your guns. I feel like this will be the same. They're pretty well versed at it, so. It's cool. I mean, because now I think every game has RPG elements to it now. You know what I mean? Like leveling up and getting new skills and stuff.
Sounds like he's left the lab for the day. Good time to work on my student private.
Did you catch that call?
No. Doc Ock said something like,
yes. In a nutshell, if he needed anything, or if he wanted to join him for dinner or something, and Spidey said no. But he said, sounds like he's left the lab, so that's why you're going there. Work on the suit, fix it.
Gotcha. I heard there was a robbery. Where's that at?
Right down below you. See the red dots on the map? You're actually right on top of a radio tower, but if you fix it right now, you might lose that robbery.
I'm gonna get the robbery. It's right here? Yep.
We reserve the right to refuse service and knock out any criminals. Says so right on the sign.
Oh gosh. Hitting somebody up in here, so just hit him up like a pencil into this.
Okay, so you see those bonus objectives?
Yeah.
So now you can start doing those.
Yeah.
And you can get bonus. You can get 3 tokens per thing, but you can only do it once. So there's different crime, obviously, like different scenarios. Like you saved the mugging.
Yeah.
You've seen the jewelry store robbery. So each one has its own set of bonus things. But once you've done that bonus thing once, you can only earn 3 tokens for that thing one time. So you'll show up to fights. This kind of confused me at first, and I had to look it up to make sure my game wasn't glitched out. But you'll see that, like, stick 3 enemies to a wall and throw 10 enemies off a building or something. And if you've already done that one time in that scenario, you can't get 3 tokens again. You only get 1. But the first time you complete those bonus objectives, you can get 3 tokens. The sucky thing is that's when I died a lot, is because I was more focused on completing that.
I think I see another robbery.
Drug deals and criminals. They go together like cookies and milk.
Kingpin even you. Wait a minute.
You can click R3 and then expose those, whatever those bonus objectives are.
Oh gosh, I'm getting really hurt. That guy is not a nice guy. Oh, I'm gonna get fricked.
Keep dodging.
Oh gosh, I got bullets in my head.
So you got 2 because you
Web
got
throw achieve a combo of 10 or more. Easy. Just learning still.
Nice comfy paddy wagon will be here soon.
Nice.
Also, the music is great for this game.
Yeah, it sounds like. Man, I bet there's so many Easter eggs hidden in this. Have you found some cool ones?
There was one.
Don't spoil them.
There's one that made me clap.
Really?
It made me clap.
That's pretty cool. I bet they have just littered. There's so many fun.
I
stuff
found
like
a few. Yeah, and the one that I'm talking about, you'll see it when you.
Yeah.
It's a part of the story.
Does this game, luckily, or does it have freaking like in Arkham Knight when we went up that one building and there was a jump scare with the freaking leather. Not the leather wings, that's the name of the episode, but the bat thing.
There's none of that I've encountered.
Gosh,
so
thank
far.
you. Gosh, that about just took my soul out of my body.
I forgot about. There were a couple in Arkham Knight. There was Joker jump scares.
Yeah, there's all those. Stop it.
And when that freaking bat dude.
It's already better than Arkham. I'm already calling it Spider-Man because it didn't have the jump scares. I gotta go cooking. Good night, Kenny. Until next stream. In other words, next year.
I'll be around for more of these.
Yeah,
for sure.
he'll be around more. He's on contract now, along with the puddle stuff. I've been doing a lot of, paperwork.
Yeah, I'll be around for more.
Whee! I just like you can like change direction. I want to go this way. Man, look at that city.
That water, dude.
Yeah. All right, what time is it? Okay, we got 10 minutes for the stream. I think we're gonna call it a stream. So I'm gonna give the Spider story, and I think that'll be it for Spider-Man. What do you let's kind of go final thoughts on this. I'm loving the city. Graphically, sorry Puddlegate supporters, I'm having a good time. Yeah, you can play while I'm kind of talking about it. Regardless, Puddlegate, whatever, you gotta admit, beautiful sky. Looking out at the distance, they have nailed the city. Man, I'm just look at the freaking water. Like, go over here and just kind of look up. Get on top of this building. Because this has a whole full day and night cycle, correct? Like, this will go to night here in a second, won't it?
No,
or
not
no?
on its own. It changes with the story.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I do not recommend this game. No, it's kind of it just looks gorgeous, all the different times and stuff. Is this like the World Trade Center? Oh my gosh! Like, how high are you going here? Well, something has to be up here. Okay, just a really good view. Okay, this is a good. Oh my gosh! So yeah, I'm just in awe of like what they've made with the city. It runs freaking great. The skill stuff looks fun. The combat, I'm just floored by. I think that is just going to be so fun to like get good at, and like the combos and stuff.
All the planes in the sky.
Yeah, the planes are like something I'm just not used to. GTA might have planes, but nothing like you can kind of see them in the distance, and they look great. Man, I think Insomniac has done a fantastic job. I cannot wait to just kind of just lose myself in this game. Like you said, the music sounds great. his voice, they got a great voice actor, it sounds like. The witty kind of like chatter and stuff, the freaking radio stuff that's going to go sometimes, awesome. I'm still very early into it. Maybe stuff will change. Maybe I'll love more stuff. Maybe I'll not like stuff. But for right now, having a good time. And you can just do this. What's kind of like your thoughts? But you're kind of farther than me. But what's your kind of like final word?
I love everything about this game.
You couldn't tell with the jacket already.
Even outside of it, like, it's just a good game. It has...
Yeah, if it wasn't even a Spider-Man game...
It has
like
a very good flow.
That
it's very... The thing that I love about it the most, I think, is how much, like, creativity is in it. Like, with the combat, with how much work they put into the city. Like, you haven't even... You've seen a small corner of the map.
Yeah.
We've done a small corner. And this... The amount of work that had to go into mapping out the entire, like, city of Manhattan, pretty much. Like, the entire area...
Yeah, it's pretty...
It's beautiful. There's all kinds of funny little quirks that you run into throughout the game just naturally. Like, you don't have to go looking for them. They just happen. It's just fun. Everything about this game is fun except the load times. Like I said, that's my only...
So load times between, like...
So sometimes sometimes you'll stop and, like, something will happen. There's, like, one part in particular where there's, like, a little flashback.
Oh, okay.
This is where I caught it earlier. There's a little flashback to like 15 minutes before the event that's being described happens.
I get you.
And it just jarred the story a little bit because the loading time was so long in between. But I understand. I mean, this game is it's massive as far as graphics and the amount of strain I'm sure it puts on the PS4 Pro. Like, this has to push the PS4 Pro to its limits.
I believe so.
It absolutely
I mean, look at the draw distance all the way down that freaking thing.
Yep.
I mean... During the cutscenes, I could definitely hear it like kick up the fans and stuff. So it's running it hard. I also want to say it like I saw gameplay. I never played. I wish I would have, but I did play the original PS1, and it was fun just to kind of swing around. And the PS2 one, people really love that PS2 Spider-Man game.
Spider-Man 2, like based on the movie.
Yeah, based on the movie, swinging around, and that sounded like really fun. But even then, man, the swinging, they nailed it. And most of all, I was a huge fan of the 90s Spider-Man TV show as a kid. This is like my dream. You know what I mean? Like, dream, like, Spider-Man game. It feels great. They chose the right developer for this. I'm really happy with it. So, with all that being said, I think the stream deserves a... I think they deserve... Oh my gosh, you can get really high on that.
I'm trying to get higher.
I think they deserve the spider story. So, I'm in the middle of some... building some stuff for, like, house. Sort of modeling stuff involving my house. So, I needed to do some electrical work underneath the house, and my uncle was helping me. I don't know anything about electric, and I was just going to have him kind of guide me and stuff. So, I got under the house... for him to kind of help guide me with the electrical wires. So I'm under the house, and I don't have a basement. I have a crawl space. For those that don't know what that is, it's literally a crawl space. You go under, and it's just like rocks, like pebbles, or I forget what you'd say, like, I guess it's just rocks that you have under there. And that's where all, like, the electrical stuff, you see the pipes for the, going in the bathroom, whatever. And that's how you have to do all the work. So I've had to run, internet and all that stuff around here. And I'm down there waiting for him to get me. I had the wrong, I needed a flathead. I thought I needed a Phillips to get this kind of box under there. So I'm down there. It's daytime, but it's really dark. There's only certain windows that can kind of get, light through it. And I have a flashlight. Now, mind you, this is a enclosed space. I'm on my hands and my knees. You can't stand up all the way. You can kind of like just crouch, barely crouch, and get under there. So on my hands and knees, and I'm shining this light around, just kind of looking around at like different wires and stuff. And bugs can get under there, but we bombed them, luckily, to get rid of them a couple months back. And, I'm under there waiting, and I shine a light on a wall on a wall, 6 feet from where I'm going to be working. And there are 3 ginormous spiders the size of my fist, if not bigger. And I see those 3, and it's like I went into panic. Like I couldn't, like you were saying, like you didn't have enough time to like panic. You kind of have to like the. I would compare myself to that diver, probably the same level. Of course, on the same level.
You were definitely about to die.
I was definitely about to die. I had to choose between my oxygen for that. But immediately I went into like, ooh, like how do I get out of this situation? I'm in an enclosed space. There's one exit. I can't just run away from these things. I have to run kind of like beside them and get out. And the thing is, like, I looked at them, and they kind of look like crickets. And I was like, I think that's one of those things called cricket spiders. So I book it. I have my uncle's toolbox, and I'm, like, losing some of his tools down there. Kind of, like, shuffling and crawling. And I get out of there, like, breathing pretty heavy. And later, my dad goes under there because I'm finishing up something else. And I kind of didn't want to go back under there, to be completely honest with you, because I've never seen anything in my life like that. I think they knew the new Spider-Man game was coming out. I don't know what it was. And my dad, he was just like, oh, just give me a can of Raid or whatever. I'm not afraid of it or whatever. And again, I'm telling you, they were like the size of this. And I also looked up, I don't know if I told you this, I looked up on Google, like, are they mean? Like, are cricket spiders? They might just be like crickets, whatever.
They jump at you.
They are very fast. My uncle said that he was like, they are very extremely fast. They, like, you cannot catch those things. And they jump high, and they'll like
jump at you.
And he he didn't say. I looked up. I was like, are cricket spiders mean? I looked up cricket spiders. If they land on you, they start gnawing at your skin. They are fricked up. And so again, my dad was under there. He's like, I'll just get a can of Raid. I'm not really afraid of them. And I'm doing work outside of the house, and I hear, oh my gosh. Man, Zach, you weren't kidding, man. These things got a top hat and a cigar, man. Like he was like, and later he told me when he came out and finished the work under there, he's like, I sprayed some of these things, and I think they just laughed. Like that's how big these things are. You can just put like Raid, and they're just like, I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm like the size of a basketball. So he did tell me he was over in different parts, and he was like, yeah, there was even more, like all along the wall down there. I only saw 3 or 4. There was more all along these walls. So, frick cricket spiders. Google if you want to see these things. They will take up the whole resolution. If you have 4K monitor, it will take up the 4K monitor. Can you end off on like a crazy note, like squirt maybe some of the... Can you squirt the citizens?
You want me to jump back off this tower again?
Yeah, jump it off.
That's what I just did.
Okay. Wow, you're good at this, dude.
I've played it a lot.
Okay. Smash straight into the concrete. Oh, what happened? I thought you were going to smash.
I'm breaking into this old lady's house.
Oh my gosh. We can't... between this and the tax thing, we got to cut it. We have to cut it right now. Thanks for watching. Check out DweeboYT on Twitter if you want updates when we're streaming, when we're doing... The podcast is going up. Any of those updates, DweeboYT on Twitter. Thank you for watching, and I have to... This is just... I can't even watch. They're calling the cops on them right now. TurboTax, stop.